Final five. It's a great feeling. It is so nice to have 2 votes in a row now go the way that I helped set them up, and then released it into the wild, and it flew away and did what it was supposed to do all on its own.
Well, I'm still standing, but I'm not happy about it. It really sucked to screw over Tom, but the way Sean and Emily laid it out to me, I felt like I didn't have a choice. I'll have to pay for that in the jury and probably in real life too, but happy to survive.
Come on in, guys. So here you guys are, the final 5. You guys have been out here for 19 days so far. You are mentally and emotionally drained, probably physically feeling just fine. But I thought today I'd give everyone a little gift in the form of love. So all right, Sean, let's bring in your girlfriend, Allison. Come on in, Allison.
Oh, what? Oh my God. Oh my God, this is incredible.
Oh my God.
Allison, you haven't seen Sean in roughly 30 minutes. How does it feel to see him now?
I mean, he looks healthy. He looks happy. You know, I'm just happy that he's still in the game.
All right, let's get someone else in here. How about Tucker's brother, Brian? Let's get Brian in here.
Hi, Dee.
Hey!
Hey, Brian.
So, Brian, how much have you had to listen to Tucker talk about Survivor Quarantine Island in the last
Every 30 minutes, every day. He nonstop, his wheels are just going, and he's just playing and just moving. So.
All right, Eric, you ready for some love? Let's get your sister Hannah in here. Where's Hannah?
Wow, what up?
Hey!
Hannah, when I texted you today, you said you were surprised that Eric was still here and that you were still getting to come do this. Are you even more surprised now?
I am. I was audibly emoting shock when he wasn't voted off.
All right, let's get another sister in here. Let's bring in Emily's sister, Allison. All the way from Idaho, made the long journey of the 2-hour time difference to be here. Allison, are you proud of your sister for making the final 5?
Yeah, I really am. If you haven't learned anything from watching like 25 years of Survivor, it would be a little embarrassing.
All right, well, last but not least, definitely took some help and some Instagram stalking, but I think we did it. Do we have Claire's sister, Ellie, in the house?
I am here.
Oh my God, it's my sister.
What up, bitch?
Ellie, when I messaged you on Instagram, a total stranger, did you think I was a crazy stalker?
No, I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that when I was kind of drunk and having social distancing picnic with Claire last weekend, she mentioned something about Survivor.
Okay, well, I am so glad that all the loved ones could be here today. Thank you guys for doing this, and I hope you have a fun time too, because you are participating in this immunity challenge alongside your loved one. I am going to ask you questions. Survivors, you will write down your answer, your personal answer to this question. Loved ones, you will write down what you think your survivor's answer to this question is. If you and your loved one have matching answers, you get a point. If they don't match, you don't get a point. The survivor with the highest number of points after 10 questions will win immunity. If we have a tie at that point, we will go into sudden death until someone gets it wrong. First question, what is your survivor's official job title? Okay, let's start. Sean has video producer. Allison has producer/editor at SI. I would say that's a yes. Claire has billing specialist. Steph has sales support. I'm going to say that is not a match. Tucker has journalist. Brian has unemployed. Eric has senior editor. Hannah, I can't read your paper, has editor. I'll take it. Emily has literacy coach. Allison has literacy intervention specialist. All right, we'll take it. What is your survivor's go-to drink out at a bar? All right, Sean has IPA. Whiskey on the rocks, no point for Sean and Allison. Claire has gin and tonic. Ellie has gin and tonic. That's a point for Claire. Emily has gin and tonic. Allison has beer. Sorry, no point. Eric has a PBR. Hannah has beer IPA. Okay, we are accepting Eric and Hannah's answer. Jury says yes. With that ruling, a PBR from Tucker and a beer from Brian would also be a yes. What is your survivor currently binging on Netflix? Okay, Sean has Survivor. Allison has Survivor. That's a point for Sean. Claire has Great British Bake Off, as does Ellie. That's a point for Claire. Emily has Parks and Rec. Allison has The Office. Oh. Sorry, close, but no points. Eric has Miss America. And Hannah has Rick and Morty. No match. And then we have Twin Peaks and Twin Peaks. And Brian. Point for Tucker. What is your survivor's coffee shop order? All right, Sean's got cappuccino. Allison has something very complicated. Hot coffee with hazelnut syrup and half. I'm gonna say that's a no. We got Claire with iced coffee. We've got Ellie with black, room for cream. I don't think that's a match. We've got Emily and Allison with iced coffee. That's a point for Emily. We've got Eric, black, Hannah, mocha, no point. And we've got Tucker and Brian with tea, so that's a point for Tucker. Where is the first place your survivor is going to go when the quarantine breaks? Okay, Sean says Delaware. Allison says barbershop. No point. Claire says the gym. Ellie says San Diego. No point. Emily says Durham. Allison says Schnappers. I don't know what that is, but I can't read Hannah's. North Carolina. No point. Oh, look at this. Tucker has LA Fitness, the gym. Brian has gym, LA Fitness. Wow, very specific. Point for Tucker. If you're a survivor, one real survivor, what is the first thing they would do with the $1 million? Sean says, pay off student loans, as does Allison. Point for Sean. Claire says travel. Ellie says travel. Point for Claire. Emily says buy books. Allison says help kids, then get a dog. No point. Eric says buy sports tickets. Hannah says go to the World Cup. What do we think about that one? Okay, I think that's a no. That's a no from the jury. If your survivor were to get a new tattoo, a new one, if you already have one, what would it be of? Okay, Sean has guitar pick. So does Allison. Point for Sean. Claire has flower. Ellie has floral. I will say yes to that. Emily says bangarang. Allison says something from a kid's book. Is a bangarang from a kid's book?
From Peter Pan, kind of. I think it's a no. I'm going to say no myself.
Yeah, I would say that I was wrong if that counts for anything.
All right, Eric says my cat, and Hannah says Ty, which is the name of Eric's cat. That's a yes. Tucker said album art versus another flower, question mark. I'll say no to that one. What is your survivor's biggest fear? Sean says spiders. Allison says spiders. Point for Sean. Claire and Ellie have snakes. Point for Claire. We have drowning and drowning in the pool from Emily and Allison. That's a point. We have horror movies and no sports/sports disaster. I do like that answer, but no point for Eric. And we have death from flying and flying/plane crash. That is a point for Tucker. Who was your survivor's biggest celebrity crush when they were a teenager? Okay, we have Alicia Cuthbert versus Shakira, no point. We've got John Mayer and Orlando Bloom, no point for Claire. James McAvoy and John Krasinski, no point for Emily. Rachel McAdams and legit no idea from Anna, no point. And Sufjan Stevens and Naomi Watts. Wow, no one got the point for that one, sadly. What is your survivor's dream job? Sean has 60 minutes and work at 60 minutes. Point for Sean. We have TV film producer and producer with NBC SNL. I would say yes to that for Claire. We have Emily reading books to kids at the library and working in education policy. Eric, Sports Center anchor, sports writer / Catman. I feel like those are two different things. Writing for Pitchfork, music publication, and media / culture writer editor. I would take that. So we still have a 3-way tie, Claire, Tucker, and Sean. I'm gonna ask you a question, and if you get it wrong, you're out. Last person standing wins. If you're all wrong, we'll do another question. What is your survivor's favorite food? Sean has pizza, Allison has pizza, they're still in it. Claire and Ellie have steak, and Tucker and Brian have pizza versus Chick-fil-A sandwich. Sorry, Tucker. What is your survivor's favorite movie? Claire looks like she might not know what her favorite movie, her own.
I just forgot every movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I literally don't know what to put.
Claire, have you written down a movie?
I put a movie I have seen that I like. Okay. I'm sorry, Ellie.
Watch her get this right. This is how this is going to end.
Sean has Emperor's New Groove. Allison has The Sandlot. We got La La Land and Napoleon Dynamite. You all live. What is your survivor's favorite holiday? Sean has Halloween. Allison has Christmas. But Claire and Ellie both have Christmas. Claire wins.
I'm so sorry.
Yay, that's my first lady.
Congratulations, Claire. Guaranteed a spot in the final 4. And everyone head back to camp and or Ponderosa. Good night.
Highlight from the night was a loved one's visit, which was so unexpected and such a great surprise. Lovely girlfriend Allison came all the way in from the next room over. It was just nice to see Allison again after that long 30 minutes away from each other.
Unfortunately, my brother thinks that my favorite food is a fast food chicken sandwich, which means I don't get individual immunity.
For the first time, I actually feel good because I've got this. And I'm feeling confident because I finally know that what I've known is true all along, which is that I can win in an immunity challenge. I can vote correctly multiple tribals in a row, and I can get to the final 3 and I can win this game.
I think it's, unfortunately for Eric, going to be pretty cut and dry. The trust that Emily and I have established with Claire and Tucker at this point, if we turn our back on that, we're going to have a lot of explaining to do to the jury.
Handling Eric over these 5 days is going to be a long 5 days because I don't see any way that he can make inroads in.
If anyone were to flip right now, it would definitely be a big move, but I trust this alliance.
It's nice to be playing a game with people who I think we're all approaching it similarly, with a level of integrity and loyalty and respect.
People in that final 4, that kind of strong 4, are talking about the damage that they would do to alliances by doing something non-standard, and I don't really understand it because 75% of the people that survive tonight's vote go to the end anyway.
I see things going 3 ways. I either get blindsided Tuesday and go home 5th. I lose the Final 4 immunity challenge and miss out on participating on something I have practiced in the shower a million times for my final tribal speech. Or I win the game.
I went to Tucker and was like, I voted for Tom you told me to vote for him, so let's try to work off of that and make something happen. And he gave me the type of response that you get when you send an email to a company's like customer service email, and they respond like, "We've received your feedback. It's very important to us, and somebody will be back. Will respond to you shortly." I have to put my faith in Sean and Emily. I know Emily has an idol. I don't think she is going to play it for me, even though I'm going to make the case to her that it would be the most interesting thing she's done all game, and it would further solidify me as this helpless idiot who hasn't won anything all game long and has burned every bridge and is just skating by undeservedly.
I really believe in the final four: Emily, Sean, Tucker, and myself. And I really believe that they're going to stay loyal tonight. But tonight's a big night to make a big move. And if any of them really wanted to beef up their Survivor resume, tonight would be the night.
Tucker messaged me out of the blue as if he had just realized that Sean was a big threat in the game, which I would have been a little more willing to entertain if we had started having that conversation on Thursday when I started it with him and kind of got a canned response. If I can get Tucker and Claire spending these last couple hours focusing on Sean and potentially not on themselves, then I could be in a pretty good position.
I will definitely be playing my idol. I don't think I personally need it, so there is a little bit of question around, do I give it to somebody else? And I just, I don't know. I would feel so stupid if I went home after giving it to somebody else. Also, the fucking Pez Idol. Where the fuck is the Pez Idol that's being held hostage right now? I'm so mad at this Pez dispenser.
We got some 11th hour chaos. I did the gentlemanly thing and screenshotted the DMs, which is, I believe, General Patton did that. It was a critical maneuver against the Germans in World War II. Sent Sean the full transcript of Tucker, Claire, and I talking about taking Sean out to sow some distrust, and it sounds like Sean believes it.
I have this just sinking feeling in my stomach that it's me tonight. Tucker and Claire might team up with Eric and get me tonight. Tucker still has his guess on the immunity idol that was hidden last Tuesday. I don't really want to put a whole lot of stock in the idea of Tucker guessing correctly the Pez dispenser with one guess left with 15 minutes to go before tribal. Like, I don't want to put a whole lot of stock in that, but yet I can't help thinking about what will happen if that happens.
I'm gonna use my final guess on the idol and try and save myself. It's starting to rain, the storm is coming in. Could not have asked for a more thematically appropriate end.
I think stirring shit up is the only thing that could have saved me today. We will see who freaks out at the buzzer.
Okay, final five, tribal council. Let's get to it. Let's begin by bringing in the members of our jury. Krista, Rachel, Julie, Phil, Zach, Rob, and Tom voted out at the last tribal council. Claire, let's talk about the family visit. Your sister Ellie was there, and you two were able to pull off a victory.
That loved one visit just came at the right time. It just gave me exactly what I needed to push forward. I couldn't have asked for a better visit with my dear, dear sister, whom I love so much. And of course, all tied up in that was my first immunity win. I mean, what could be better? And I'm so happy to know that my name will not be written down tonight because you can't write my name down. So this is a big win for me. Big win.
So Sean, everyone has figured out by now that there have been a total of 5 idols released during the course of this game. We have seen 2 of them played in Tribal Council. Tonight is the last night that anyone could play an idol, which means with that math, there could be 3 unaccounted for, which is a little scary. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like idols are going to be definitely a factor tonight. I don't know how. I don't know what to believe about anything right now. The most recent idol that could have been found was the Pez Idol. I have a feeling that that is not the idol that we should be worrying about, because the idea of someone getting lucky enough to pick the idol out of the field of Pez dispensers just feels pretty wild to me, but I'm also personally biased against that challenge. So what do I know?
So Claire, you've got immunity tonight, which means you're guaranteed to at least make fire. How does that feel after the journey that you've had?
If I do get to actually make fire to get to final 3 and I end up making fire and doing it and winning that challenge, that would honestly be the icing on the cake, because that would mean that I made a way for myself. I got to the end and I did it, and no one could stop me and no one could take me out.
So Emily, do you feel any pressure as we get closer to the end of this game to make big moves, or do you feel like you've done enough to present a good case to the jury?
I think that big moves were attempted using me and they ultimately failed. And I think that my big moves were in reaction to that. And while some may view that as me betraying them or me flipping on them, in actuality, it was me forming my own alliance and forming a group that has stayed pretty strong ever since we became the outsiders. And you may hate the fact that we have now made it to the end, but we saw an opportunity to kind of take action, and that's what has happened.
Sean, what about you? Do you feel like you have a good resume at this point, or is there still some pressure to do something?
I think at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with the moves that you've made, and you have to be able to defend them to the jury. And in that sense, like, yeah, I feel like I have a resume that stacks up with anyone else.
Eric, is there anyone here that you feel like you are going to lose to if you're sitting next to them in the final 3?
I think it's a four-way tie. There's no two people left in the game that you can even try to make an argument that they've played this exact same type of game. I think everyone's paths have kind of diverged and come together. It's kind of a circle of connections where nobody has a huge advantage on everyone else.
Claire, do you agree with that?
I think that we all have good stories to tell if we get to the final 3. If someone wants to really elevate themselves tonight, maybe someone's going to have a leg up, but it's hard to say at this point because we still have 2 tribal councils to go. So I'm hard pressed to choose one person.
So Tucker, how do you even decide who to vote for at this point? There are only 3 options because you can't vote for yourself and you can't vote for Claire.
We're all getting really nervous. And I think that the closer you get to the end and the closer you get to the end and get voted out, the more upset you're going to be. So I'm going to vote for the person who I think I will piss off the least.
Eric, what about you? What is your vote based on tonight as we're this close to the end?
There's not a lot of personal agency behind this one. It's just kind of, I tried to let the winds of survival take me to the right place, and I guess I'm about to find out if it works.
Sean, Final 5 is a pretty big milestone that I think a lot of people work toward. If you go home tonight, is this enough for you, Final 5, or is this going to be difficult to come to terms with?
If the Pez Idol is what knocks me out of this game, I guess I'll live with it, but I'll never eat Pez again. If I do get voted out tonight, I would be disappointed that, to come so close to the end and then not see it all the way through. I would also be like super proud and, I've already done better in this game than I thought I would.
Emily, what about you? If you go tonight, any regrets?
No, I think I stayed true to my game, and love it or hate it, that's, I think, being true to what I came in here trying to do, and I'm pretty content.
Eric, same question.
Definitely, this is in a sense the perfect time to go because I can blame it on Hannah for playing so poorly in the sibling or in the loved ones challenge.
Tucker, if you go tonight, are you at peace with the game that you've played this far?
No, I want to win. So yeah, I would not be at peace.
All right, well, one of the 4 of you is going home right now. It is time to vote. When I call your name, please direct message me your vote on Discord. Okay, I will tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, this is the last time you may do so. Emily.
Pick me. I want to play mine.
This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Emily will not count. First vote, Eric. Next vote, Tucker. 1 vote, Eric. 1 vote, Tucker. Eric. 8th person voted out of Survivor Quarantine Island and the 8th member of our jury. Eric, that's 3 votes. That's enough. Need to hold up your torch. Eric, the tribe has spoken. Please extinguish your torch as you already have and join the jury. Well, guys, final 4, you did it. The exciting thing about this milestone is that at the very least, you're guaranteed to make fire. There's no more actual vote outs. Let's grab your torches and head to this immunity.
All right, I just want to say one thing here. I think it's very telling that 4 players who all played very hard, all had a lot of positive moments in the game, won immunity challenges, worked across alliances, took different narrative roles in the show. All 4 of those people felt so afraid of somebody that did not win any challenges, didn't even really come close in any challenge, and was part of the biggest shocker move of the game, which would have alienated a big chunk of the jury. I hope Sean and Emily have a great excuse for why that happened. I doubt that I will see their side of it. I have no regrets because I had fun and didn't play it safe, unlike the 4 people that are left. The 4 people left were forced into an exciting game by me, Tom, and Rob. And I think 3 of us have no regrets about that happening.